order. Could I get posting of the agenda, please? For September 23rd.
The agenda was posted on Thursday, October 9th at 3:30.
Could I get an approval of the minutes?
I'll move to approve.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Communications? None?
Public
Public,
comment.
I'm sorry?
public comments and then,
Well, communications is number 4. Public comments. I'm sorry. 3-minute limit. Anyone wishing to make any public comments? Seeing none. Written communications. Go on to reports. We'll do the board reports or staff reports at the end. Do you have any board reports?
yes, got 3 topics I'd like to bring up. One is I think it'd be good for the VillageFest table to have signage on it. Again, I walked last Thursday from both ends and never found it.
We're getting a new booth.
Cool, cool.
I've already did the, I'm having a whole new booth with, it's gonna have silk screen on the sides that says Village Fest, information on the front, everything, 3-sided. It's gonna, yeah, we're just getting all the estimates for that.
Right. And that ties into another thing. The reason why I looked for it so adamantly last week, I walked the fest in early evening and then late evening. And on both trips from one end to the other, I encountered people, you know, selling by hand out on the middle of the street. And I would have said something, but there's no way of verifying who I am. And, you know, Scott and I have talked, and I think we brought it up before, about getting us some kind of an ID, whatever. I mean, I know there were badges at one time, but I don't think that's necessary, but some way that it says that we have an authority to question somebody out there. And then, like I said, I went to look for the booth and couldn't find the booth to say, you know, hey.
Yeah. Well, I can get you some ID cards, and then what I do even, I don't even approach them. Of course, I know whether they're supposed to be there or not, and if they're vagabond vendors who should not be there,
That's what
I
you're
don't
supposed
even approach them. I have the police go remove them.
Okay,
Because I don't even want to get into an argument with them or anything. I don't need to do that.
gotcha.
They're not approved to be there. I don't have to be talking to them. I send the police after them.
Okay,
So that's what, you know, if you think there's somebody's vagabond, like I said, you'll be able to find the booth, and we can, if you know they are, then don't just find a policeman, tell him who you are.
okay.
So,
Yes.
But we will work on some kind of an ID for us for what even approaching the policeman. Cool. Well, that's the 3 in a nutshell.
And even booths. When you walk up to a booth, it'd be nice to have some sort of identification, even if you were asked, or you can present it so that you know you're.
What about shirts?
How about those?
Yeah, I can get those badges, those little badges, but what about shirts that have the logo on it with your name?
But does it say who we are?
Yeah.
You know, oh, I mean.
Like my
no-
staff wears,
Oh,
you know. I can say Village Fest board member, I can say anything
Well,
we want.
shirts are good, but I think even.
want the IDs?
Even
Okay.
an idea, business card size, something to carry, anything like that.
Just like this.
yeah, something
Yeah, we
like
have
that.
those, we've had those before.
And it just
Cool.
has a very strong magnet. Yeah.
We'll do those IDs then.
Was that it?
Basically, I mean, a
Yeah.
shirt, I'd be wearing the shirt every Thursday to the store. I don't think so.
There just could come a time when you don't have your shirt, but you'd have your
Yeah, I'll
wallet.
get to
Right,
wallet.
yeah. No, that's it for
Okay.
me.
Great.
Thank you.
Any public reports?
Martin, didn't you want to bring up something?
No, actually, I'm gonna wait until the next meeting to do it.
Oh,
All right. Okay, with that, we'll move on to the applications for consideration, review, and determination. When we call your name, come up here to the end of the table and bring your wares, and we'll just go from there. First one is Sawdust Company,
that's the one we don't need to do, remember?
so they're not here.
Right.
Okay, number 2, or letter B, is World Citizen Handmade Plastic Bags.
Okay, he's not here. Francine's not going to be here.
I was
Called.
looking forward to seeing those.
Yeah, she said she could make the next meeting, she called.
Delbert Peterson. Organic fertilizer.
Hope he doesn't have samples.
This is the perfect time
Now, please just stand over here.
Well, I don't know, I'm not sure you're even gonna, what you wanna do. Since you sent me a letter, I came down, all right? I appreciate that. Here's the product. Basically, that's what it is. Fertilizer, and this here I project back on the screen. And that comes off of this. I don't know if I meet your criteria, that's what I'm saying, I don't know. I don't make it.
What is the picture? Is that a sign or?
She has everything there,
It's
yeah.
made important.
Yeah, if you don't make it, the only way would be under sponsorship. Did you know that?
I don't have a sponsor, no.
Yeah, it's a whole different
Only
thing.
thing I could do is bring some plants that I grow with it and sell them, I guess. But, I figured I'd come. I didn't know why, you people sent me a letter, so I thought I'd respond, that's all.
Well, if you put an application and you get a letter.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
That's how it works.
The other hand is that you could have sent me a letter saying no, right?
Well, with the application comes the rules and regulations, and it's
That's what I'm
pretty
saying.
self-explanatory whether or not, it's a
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying to you, The letter to come down here, you could have just said, hey, we don't do it, So when you showed it, gave me the letter, I came, that's all. But anyway, it doesn't, I don't want to make any more comments.
All right, well, do we,
I'll move to decline.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thanks for coming down.
Okay, buddy.
Kaz Designs, photography.
Wasn't quite sure how much to bring down, so.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
It's basically digital painting and photography. I'm gonna pass these around, or are these? I actually have matted prints too, which might be a little easier.
Do you guys want to see this, or should you just hold them up?
I'd like to see the technique to what it is.
The matted ones will probably be easier to
Yeah, this.
take a look at.
Is this a photo
It's a photograph. It starts off as one,
that you've enhanced?
and then I scan it and actually repaint the whole image.
It's your photograph?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Everything is mine.
These are easy.
Yeah.
I don't know this trouble.
Like this, and these are the two sizes that I sell, matte-wise.
Do you show it in any other venues at this
I
time?
do. I show at the Santa Barbara show on Sundays. The art walk down, all there, which is nice. But I'm just looking for other venues.
No, that's all right.
And it's, a lot of it's Santa Barbara, a lot of it's Hawaii. Then I also do a different thing in photography where I'll change the backgrounds and paint through to bring the colors of the flowers back. And these are all matted too.
Do you guys want to see any more? Good over here.
How many of the larger pieces in the frames would you have at your booth? Is it a mix?
I have a varying size. I go all the way up to 24 by 36. So I usually have anywhere from 3 to 5 of those, probably. An average of 10 to those, 18 to 24 to 16 by 20. Do a couple small pieces, but I mostly keep it up in.
And then the matted pieces are in bins?
The matted pieces are in bins, and they go from 11 by 24, 11 by 14 to 16 by 20.
Would you consider having
some desert scenes in your collection?
I do have one. Actually, I do a lot of Death Valley. So,
Do you show the original pictures with the,
No,
you don't?
no. I have the original pictures also, but if I do them, I'll probably do like I did the flower. I'll do some kind of effect to it, but not just straight up photography. Kind of want to do a little something different. So I have this kind of series in Death Valley, and then also straight black and whites of that I print also in my own darkroom. I do everything myself.
It would be great if you would consider, doing some. I mean, there's so much around in
I would
the
definitely
valley
shoot the
here.
local, absolutely.
And it adds an awful lot if you can bring in the concept of the Palm Springs environment into your area. I think it adds a lot, and it also adds more to the presentation as well in terms of the acceptance.
Absolutely, I would do that. I have a good friend that lives here, so I would come in and find the local spots that are of interest and shoot them and do that. In fact, I would probably do a bit of that tonight. It doesn't take very long to do, so I can have pieces very quickly. But I'm not super familiar with the area, but I'd definitely be able to find places of interest that I think would be great. I can have kind of a bit of that, a bit of Hawaii, a bit of Death Valley, kind of a whole.
Well, the library has a whole treasure trove of all kinds of the history in the area.
Oh,
of
fantastic.
The valley, so you can get all kinds of information.
Great.
As well as the Tourist Bureau.
Fantastic.
I make a motion to approve Kaz Design Studios.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Welcome, thank you.
Thank you. What should I do? Okay. Do I have to do anything at this point, or are we all?
Elaine, shouldn't you go down the hall and get licenses while they're open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're already approved and it's before 5 o'clock and you want to participate this Thursday, the best thing to do is go down and get your VillageFest permits down the hall and your liability insurance if you don't already have a policy. And I'll call you guys tomorrow, that we can fax the paperwork over to me.
Okay, so just head down there?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Hidden treasure, metalsmithing and lapidary.
Hello,
Hello?
my name is Galo Salas. My company name is Hidden Treasure Chest. And I learned my trade in the islands on Hawaii and Guam on cutting stone. Here I'll show some of the techniques that I use. Soldering.
Can you pass those around, please?
Sure I will. Soldering, wire wrapping. I use repoussé, which is a form that I use for forming my silver. Here's me cutting a pendant out of rose quartz flower. Cutting facets in stone, then grinding the rough facets down. Here I am drilling a hole in the same stone. Very nervous.
Yeah.
Here I am cutting the mother of pearl with a coping saw.
So all of your stones you either cut or tumble yourself?
Yes, I do. And here I am, I'm detailing the same flower. I've never done this before. And here's the middle of that flower. This is mother of pearl. I'm right in the middle of this process. And here's some of my work. This is blue lace agate with mother of pearl finished in freshwater pearl. Everything I do is in sterling, but I can make it in 18 karat gold as well. I don't work with 14 karat gold because it's a very hard metal and I choose not to. This is Peruvian chalcedony. Although they call it Peruvian chalcedony, it's really made in Germany, or it's mined in Germany. And I have that necklace right here. My price range, this is my upper line, my high end. My high end ranges about from $100 to $400. And this is pink mother of pearl. I have a photo of my booth setup. And here's some more photos of my work if you'd like to see them. I have tumbled turquoise. I tumble my turquoise here. This is some yellow turquoise and silver. And chrysoprase.
So did you cast these pieces like the fish and the starfish?
This, the starfish I repose. The starfish I use a hydraulic press prior to detailing the silver. And I have some lower end items as well. This is on Mabe or blister pearl. I finished them in sterling. I wire wrapped them on linen wax cord, and they sell for about $10. It's my moneymaker right here, my lower end items. Then I have a mother of pearl flower, just a step above the Mabe, which sells for $20.
Do you do this all yourself, or do you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
someone that helps?
I do it
you?
all myself. And this is my signature toggle that I cast on this necklace. If you'd like to know.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Very nice. I move that we accept
Hidden treasures?
hidden treasures. Sorry.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No one. Thank you.
Great.
That was
Thank you.
the best
This
visual.
your jewelry completely fits our criteria.
Very.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
It's very, very
Beautiful work.
nice.
Very pretty.
All hand done. Very nice.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Booth International. Ceramic fine art on tile. Hello.
How are you? I prepared a little slideshow for you. If that's okay. And I'll just pass it to you. There's somebody comes over here.
So while you're putting those out, what's the process of producing those?
Amazing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The process is they're glazed and they're fired, and then they're painted, and then they're fired again at 2,000 degrees. Super styled. Each one is hand painted.
Do you paint those yourself?
I'm working on some designs actually right now that I have in my portfolio there
Okay.
that have been accepted, and yes, I was in the future I will be painting myself. I came up with the designs.
Who paints them now?
Excuse me? Okay, what happened was I was a makeup artist and I ran into some people who did some of these tiles. And I was very interested in them, and they told me to come up with some designs. And I came up with some designs that they accepted. The Agua Caliente, they're opening a new casino, and I designed their logo on one of the tiles. And I'm waiting for a shipment to come back from that so that I can give it to them for their opening of their casino on opening night.
Well, who paints them now? Going back to my original question.
Several different artists paint several different kinds of tile.
So you buy these?
No.
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 Okay, explain. I guess we'll see the show. I'm getting there. Okay.
The show doesn't really show how they're done.
I think what we need to know is what part of the manufacturing and fabrication do you play?
I play the design in it. I come up with the idea. If you'll see on the page with the sunset and then the rainbow hitting the flowers, I come up with the design. and then it's implemented by some of the people who paint it and fire it. We contract someone to do that, or I do.
Where do they do this?
China.
In China?
It states in the rules and regulations of VillageFest that the artist needs to be present in the booth
Okay.
while you're at VillageFest.
Okay. If someone builds a house, there's an architect, and then there is the people who actually put the house together. I come up with a design like this. I take the picture, either digital or I draw it, and then it's done by somebody who can fire it, which I don't have that ability, but I have the ability to design them and come up with the ideas.
Yes.
This is made in China.
It is the design is made here, but it is fired in China.
Yeah, if you're doing it in China, you're doing it in mass quantities, obviously. Otherwise, you'd be doing it here. You're just doing 1 and 2. I mean, these are in mass quantities, right? You come over from China.
Well, you have to order like 300 at a time in order to get a design actually fired that I like.
So each one is 300 pieces.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about this.
Well, according to our rules and regulations, the pieces need to be made by you and sold by you.
Okay.
So, when are you going to have your own pieces that you're going to be making yourself?
Well, I did the design.
Which ones are yours?
They're in the book because I can.
None of these are.
I have not designed these myself now.
What is the piece you made for the Agua Calientes?
It is their logo, and my idea is to
The
put
girl in the fountain?
No, it's the basket weaving.
Oh, the basket weaving.
The basket weaving, yes.
So none of these are designs that you have made,
Not these current ones, no.
and none of these on the computer.
This is what I do though, is I put together the design on the computer, and it's implemented that way.
But none of those are your designs.
No, because it's not on the tile yet. This is just recent, right? And what I'm working towards through this is that I've designed my own ideas, but I don't have a kiln to burn them in. And what I'm hoping to gain by being at VillageFest is that I can actually buy my own kiln and do it myself.
I don't think that quite meets.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong. They're absolutely gorgeous. But the problem is we have so many people that want to bring in things that come from China or come from a different country. And we don't allow imports into VillageFest.
Well, they're sent to China to be burned, to be fired, and that's it.
But to begin with, they're not even yours. To begin with, like,
I mean,
So you gotta-
this is not your
I
art.
just go buy these anywhere, just like anybody else.
Well, you couldn't go buy them because they're not sold everywhere.
But they're sold through this other company. I mean, who's Booth International? That's
Booth
the thing.
International is people who I'm working with, and they were helping me get
Exactly,
get
yeah.
everything fired.
So you're representative of these pieces. You're
Yes.
representing
Yes.
them.
Yes.
Well, when you have your own designs and you're doing them yourself, then you would be accepted into VillageFest. But at this time, it just would not be appropriate for our event. It does not meet the criteria according to the rules and regulations.
Okay.
So, do I hear a motion to?
I make a motion to deny Booth International.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. Sorry.
Sorry, thanks for coming down, but
When you get yours together, the ones that you've done,
The idea of VillageFest, as I read in the rules and regulations, is to enhance Palm Springs and the idea of Palm Springs and the people who come to Palm Springs. And I've been to VillageFest several times, and I've looked at what is there. There's some great stuff there. I think that this stuff is really beautiful stuff as well.
oh, it is very beautiful.
And in the rules, you say
That the artist must be present in the booth, and we don't allow imports, and it just doesn't meet the criteria. according to the rules and regulations. So thank you very much. K Studios.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Calvin Curry, the owner of K Studios, and what I have are original soft pastel paintings. I've been showing since '89. I have a standard 10x10 canopy with whole panels that are carpeted. I just did a show this weekend in San Carlos. In my application, I did submit photographs of my booth display and frame pieces.
Can you
but-
speak up just a little?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm getting old.
You guys can hear me? So I've
sorry.
got photos of my work here, and I bought the raw materials and paper. If you want me to do a demo of one of my pieces, I can
Why don't
do
you
that
start
for
by
you.
passing your photo or your pictures around?
And that's a tape you have? Is that what you said?
Oh, there it is.
You have those.
Do you show anywhere now?
Yeah, I show at Pacific Fine Art Festivals in the Bay Area. I do about 30 shows a year.
And you do these on the computer, is that what you said?
No, they're pastel paintings.
Oh, they're pastel paintings, oh. That's why I was wondering what was in the
Oh, I'm
box.
sorry.
Yeah, even
So I
when we
could-
do
I couldn't
demonstration,
hear.
that was, yeah.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Will you be doing them in the booth also?
Sometimes I do demos, sometimes I don't.
People love it. You'll get a big crowd
Yeah.
if you do, I promise you. Everyone's fascinated when somebody's doing something.
It's just distracting sometimes when you're working.
I mean, but it attracts people, so
Yeah.
hey, 6 on 1, half a dozen on the other.
And these are all
Even if-
yours?
Those are my earlier works. Yeah.
Really? They're absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Even if you have a work in progress kind of sitting there,
hmm
it just makes it more interesting to the people.
That's true. I just find it challenging sometimes to be the artist and
Right,
also
and
the
you're trying to
salesperson, too.
sell
You
as
have to
well.
kinda- and it gets kind of messy, you know, so it can be a problem.
Well, it looks good to me. I'll move that we accept K Studio under the rules and regulations of VillageFest.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Still use the stamps.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get back to you, that way you don't have anything.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Yeah, you too.
Okay.
L. Workman Hall Designs, glass jewelry.
Hello, I'm Laura,
Hello.
and I just brought just general info that you asked for. I didn't know if you want to keep that. You can keep those if you'd like. I do dichroic glass fusing. And I actually do lots of different types of artwork, but at the moment, I'm just finishing up a studio, and we'll be able to. I brought a couple other things that I do as well that eventually I want to add, but probably until at least January, pretty much the jewelry is going to be my main thing going on here. They're all solid glass. They're fused at about 1600 degrees in a kiln. I also brought some personal pieces. Those are the ones for sale. These are ones that I wear all the time. And I also brought a piece in progress. I've got a bracelet on that is multiple fused, so I brought a piece that's in progress. So you can see how it goes from this and then eventually becomes a bracelet. And I've been going up off and on for about 5 years now, up to Portland, Oregon, and taking classes with different glass people up there and in learning different techniques. And the dichroic glass is just, it sells itself. I practically sell stuff right off my body. And decided that people are constantly saying, where can I get this? So I had thought that it would be really fun to do something down at the VillageFest and get some extra cash going so that I can buy more supplies and make more goodies. And
Do you show anywhere now?
no, I don't. I've had off and on over the past couple of years, I've had some galleries between here and Cambria and one back east in Corning. Sell odds and ends and stuff, but nothing consistent, just little consignment pieces here and there. So, and the rest of it pretty much has been kind of off my body. So.
Are any of these bracelets?
No, that one, that's
Will be.
the one in progress, and then here I can pass this around. This is the finished one. They end up in that form, and I also do ones that are more of a braided style, but I don't have one right now to look at. And oh, I forgot I also have barrettes.
Your work's very colorful. I like it.
Well, that's the film. It's a film that was developed by NASA, and it's multiple metal oxides that are microscopic that are adhered to the surface of the glass with a laser. And then I buy the glass, and basically once you fuse it and you layer it, it bends the light, and that's where you get the color. And it's been around for about 20 years, and it's just now kind of moving its way south from Washington and Portland, where they use it a lot for different beautiful.
Well, I've seen a lot of dichroic glass work, and yours is a little unique, wherein you, like the way you strand your chain through here, just your own style is very noticeable.
Thank you. And then here's some pieces that I do tapestry and bronze work as well, and I kind of incorporate the glass into both. So I just brought some other examples just for future, so that you can see what I may want to add to the booth.
So you're looking to
after-
just approve the jewelry tonight
For today, yeah. And then after January, my studio will be to a point where I've increased my space, and I'll be able to get my bigger kilns out, my looms in there. We moved in the last 2 years, so I've kind of been without
Well,
a
at
big
that
studio.
time, you could come back, bring your new wares, and then have them approved.
Oh, okay, so you don't need to see those.
No,
Okay.
not if we're not approving them today.
Okay.
You're from Huntington Beach? Is that-
No, that was where we moved from. We're out in Sky Valley now, permanently. We've had a place on both ends since I was a little kid, and then in 2000, we sold the big house at the beach, and now we're full-time out here.
So this is like several layers?
Yes, some of them are as much as 4 layers. And a lot of people fuse or glass in general, when they do fusing, they fuse it all into one flat thing and then cut pieces out later and re-adhere them into other jewelry. And I like the look of it still looking like glass and somewhat three-dimensional, so I don't fuse stuff flat. I do it that would be kind of an intermediate fuse. So you can still kind of tell that there are layers and things sitting on top of stuff. And
It adds dimension to the piece.
yeah.
Looks like very nice work.
Thank you.
Do we have a glass fuser now? No? Okay, I'll move that we approve L. Workman Hull,
That's-
is it?
Laura
Okay.
Hull, yeah.
Okay. Under the rules and regulations of VillageFest.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Welcome, thank you.
Did you guys send me info as to where my booth is? Oh, okay.
Hannes Doter. Hello again.
Hi, I was here last time, and you requested some pictures of me making my products, which I have brought you in my kitchen. And would you like me to pass the products around again? And
Sure.
Yes, please.
what I do at the booth, this one, the green gooey one, the main product, it's really kind of gooey and amusing. And what I do at the booth is, if somebody wants to try it, I demo on the back of their hand and leave it on a couple minutes. And I have a little spray bottle where I can move it around and take it off and have them compare their hands, and it's fun. And I have also a product that, especially in this dry weather, keeps skin moist for 12 hours at a time. One little drop. What I do is put one little drop on the back of somebody's hand, men and women, they love it. and rub it in with a little bit of water and have them compare their hands, and even 3-4 hours later, 12 hours later, the skin is still moist. But the products are all handmade with certified organic sea kelp from Iceland. And I make them myself. Here's one more. And this one's a bath treatment. I have 2 bath treatments and 3 facial treatments. They're very unique. There's nothing like them anyplace in the whole world.
Is that you?
Yes, don't I look terrible? That's how I look in a paria with my hair skinned back. That's how I look at home. But at home I have the green stuff on my face too usually, but I thought I'd be a little classy for you and not show you that part. And what you can't see is the light green film of kelp that's all over the house all the time, because it's in a powder form.
What I don't see in your pictures is you packaging it.
Putting it in the jar?
Mm-hmm. You know, I want to remind the board that this is predominantly a arts and crafts and entertainment venue, and I just think we just have so much skincare and soaps and lotions and things that I don't know. But no, there's no pictures of you packaged. The packaging just looks very professional and commercial, and there's just no pictures of you packaging it.
Honey, can you tell him I actually put it in there myself with the handmade Icelandic spoon? I do. I used a handmade Icelandic spoon that I should have brought with me. They're put in there by hand.
Icelandic spoon?
An Icelandic spoon. When I was in Iceland, there's the smallest town in Iceland, the oldest, smallest town in Iceland. A guy makes handmade spoons, you know, like wooden spoons you use in the kitchen, stir with. One of them has a horseshoe on it, one of them has an Icelandic horse. And to be pure and wonderful with my products, I literally scoop out the goo with the Icelandic spoon and put it in the jar. That's how hardcore I am about being organic with this. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
I'm happy you think it's professional, but the products are handmade by me and people love them. And the demo is a blast. People love it.
It's coming off of that.
I just wanted to bring up those points.
No, I agree.
And you know what, you guys?
I'm sure it's very nice.
To
very
offer
nice
something in Palm Springs that keeps people 100% moist, and I have a money-back guarantee that's anytime, any place, any reason, I think that's a gift in itself. The little elixir bottle right there, I mean, that's being nice in the community, I think. Maybe you guys don't have dry skin, but, you know.
Could you refresh us again to why it's all labeled as Beverly Hills?
Because that's where I came from.
That's where you came from.
And I don't have my home address on there. That was a P.O. box because I don't want people coming to my house to buy it. So that was my Beverly Hills mailing address. And now I use my address here in Palm Springs. I live on Camino Real, but I use a P.O. box on my new, on my little fold out. This is my new address right here. And as soon as I order new labels, which will be soon,
Not to mention thinking in such small quantities.
it'll have my Palm Springs address on there.
Do you carry product liability since this goes on your face area?
No, and the reason I don't is because even when I called the FDA about it, they said I didn't need to do that because everything's organic.
That's a possibility.
Are you aware that in the cosmetic industry, it is a requirement, not necessarily by the Federal Trade Commission, but it is a requirement by the industry itself, that there be product liability because this product goes in and around the eye area and areas that could be a problem. Somebody could be allergic to it and have a reaction to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would be very cautious about us having anything that is presented at VillageFest that in this category of merchandise that would not have product liability.
Well, I can certainly get product liability. That's no problem. I've sold the product for 7 years and maybe had 3 people send it back for their money back because they were allergic to kelp. But anybody that I would be meeting here in Palm Springs, if you're allergic, you feel it immediately. And like I said, out of thousands of people, maybe 3 people. Everything. When I went to the FDA, I thought I had to be approved when I first had the formula. And they said I didn't have to be approved because every single thing in my product is already either nutritional supplement or food. Like there's real honey in there, the kelp is organic, everything is, you know.
And there's no
everything.
preservatives, there's no artificial
There are no
product.
preservatives, there's no chemicals, there's no nothing.
Do you have any documentation from the FDA from that?
No, I didn't need it. I went to them and they said that they don't need anything from me, not anything.
Any further discussion?
I just think that I think Scott's right, we do have way too much in aromatherapy and all these creams and things out there. I think we need to get, some more arts and crafts, and right now I think we're like up and over our percentages on it anyway. So at this time, I'm going to move to decline Hannah Stoter, and that's going to be my decision.
Okay. And just so I'm clear, is it because it looks too professional, or because I don't have product liability, or because you don't believe I'm making this up? I'm just curious.
Actually, we don't have anyone right out there right now, I think, that does like facial things. And I think, Martin is, he kind of hit the nail on the head where, we don't want to go into some kind of a liability thing where we're going to put someone at risk of having an allergy or being allergic to something.
Well, when I was here last time, there was a woman who had products in Chinese takeout containers, and I'm just curious you didn't ask her any of these questions. I just wondered why.
Mostly those were bath products. In
I have bath
cases,
products as well.
No, I understand. In case of skincare that's applied to the face, you have to be a lot more careful in the overall area of the body, because the eye is a very, very sensitive area, as you well know.
I understand that. I've done it for 7 years.
I understand that.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Well, thanks for coming
Sorry.
down. Sorry. Our corner of art. Painting and artwork. Hello.
Coming like with another pieces. I brought some samples. I didn't bring the biggest one, so I just. You want to see that? It's maybe too big.
I'm setting up the glass book. That, sort of a collaboration effort.
I'm doing painting and glass books.
How big are these pictures, like the originals?
This one are in inches.
Just
The
approximately.
biggest one are 24 by 30. These ones are 16 by 12.
And also, I see this is a nude. Our event is family oriented. We don't allow any nudity in the artwork.
Okay.
But your style is very interesting. So are all your pieces originals?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you would have there's no lithographs or no copies, prints?
No.
It's all originals?
Oh yeah.
And what is that little piece there?
This one is a glass book. So.
Oh, it's a book.
Yeah, it typically goes on the stand.
Yeah.
They're hard to pass around.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
Maybe the guys want to deal with it.
Oh, you can. I mean, that's not fragile.
It's not okay.
Oh no, no, it's like a book. It's a glass book. We tell a story by photography. So this is a sample. We have different models.
May I ask you what that says?
Yeah, that's a tribute to my grandmother, actually. I didn't bring them all colorful, were bigger. I mean, you can see some sample in the photographs.
Salvador Dali.
The problem is that I think your artwork is a little too risky or risque for VillageFest. I don't know if this is all your artwork, but
yeah,
it's very good. But it's just that we are a family event, and we don't allow, like anything, any nudity or anything.
Do you allow some shapes like that? Because I have plenty of shapes like that.
Depending on the shape.
Okay. I mean, kind of a figurative shape.
See, like this would never be allowed.
Okay.
So,
What? Can I see that again?
Because of the.
I didn't really notice what it was.
You mean?
I didn't get that far either.
you can see it right from the front.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't.
Because of the nude. Because we have some other books who tell story about country, kind of door in Zanzibar that I taken in photography, or church in Prague. So.
Sure, would like that.
I just didn't even see that.
I didn't either.
It's subtle.
Very.
Very.
It plays with your eyes.
It's subtle, but it's there.
It's a very interesting concept.
Very interesting concept.
Just not appropriate for VillageFest. That particular one.
If you could come back and bring us a portfolio of.
I mean, there are a lot of things.
There are a lot of things that
Yeah,
aren't
if you
interesting.
excluded the nude. So
Yeah, if you, I mean,
Do you have
if you
enough-
would exclude the nudes, then we would,
Oh
okay
yeah,
it.
of course. I mean, I don't have only that. I mean, I have.
But we have totally, we totally will not let you
vase with flowers.
display it. Yeah, I saw the vase with flowers, but the others stand out so much more prominently.
So do you do other books that are not of nudes?
Yeah.
That's a very interesting idea.
That's a great idea.
We're telling a story about all the trips we took. I have some doors of Zanzibar, some church ceiling of Prague, some ocean view from Biarritz, France. I mean, we have different view like that, always with a background. And
Well, that's more of the story that we
Absolutely not,
want
yeah.
instead of the.
Okay.
So I think we're okay with that. Just
Yeah.
Yes, just keep in mind that we're a family-oriented
But your
event.
art is great. I mean, you
Thank
do
you.
some beautiful things.
So you have enough merchandise to facilitate a booth without your nudes?
Yeah, of course. Oh yeah.
thought so.
Oh yeah, there's no problem. Sorry,
they are beautiful.
I didn't even think about that. I mean, for me it was just.
Yeah, it's just that, our rules and regulations do not allow it. So
Oh, yeah, I
if you
understand.
have enough that, you will, be able to put up a booth, then I will let you in under the rules and regulations. So
Motion.
Well, do we have a motion?
I just made a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None.
Good luck.
Thank you.
They want to see it.
It's very cool.
This is a family meeting.
Proud not family
Right.
oriented. Well, we all want to see that booth.
Thanks
So I have a
very
red
much.
on that one, must be.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Good luck to you.
Good
It just shot up.
Really?
Impression by Bernard.
Bernard?
Naturella handwoven. If I said that right?
Yeah. Correct.
No rating problem here. All I have is color, bunches and bunches of color. I'm a hand weaver. We've been hand weaving probably for, well, since 1984. That's almost 20 years. And I actually enjoy having the loom with me, you know, to show folks how I do it. I design from beginning to end. That is to say, I design the yarn. I do the, I work with putting the yarn on the warping board, and then from the warping board it gets tied to the loom. Then it's woven, knotted, trimmed, and labeled. I have pictures of me doing that.
You guys want to see any more? Is that good?
It's good for me. And you'd have the loom at your booth?
Yeah,
That
I
would
can.
be very nice.
I
Cool.
can, except for the first night. I'd be nervous, but after that, toward Christmas, I'll need to be working like every minute. And these are just yarn receipts. I've been working with this predominant yarn supplier for like 18 years, to the point where he even doesn't hold me to minimums anymore, which is...
How much do you sell these for?
They range from, right now they range from about 65 to 125,
Oh, they're
depending
beautiful.
upon the specific yarn, the weight, the length, all that.
And your distribution in terms of where you sell is where?
It's not a commercial product. I'm not interested in doing that. Years ago, back, we started in New York, and then we were in Denver several years. In New York, we designed for people. Those were very different products. They were wool and silk and chenilles. You don't find stuff like this. These are my personal products, and they're, you know, my own happy things that I have a mountain of them, actually. But they were available commercially in the mid-'80s, and at that point, I found that it was not fun to deal with buyers and to wait 6 months for your paycheck. So
Or more.
it's a much better joy to just look at the individual, and even if you have 5 minutes with them, you get to see who your work is going to. And it's also fun to study what kinds of personalities go for which color and all of that. I've had time to observe this.
Well, I just love it when a artist or craftsman has something in his booth where they're making their product. And I think a loom is something that we've never had at VillageFest.
Let me ask why. Why are there no weavers? Has it not been successful for them? Or
Well, in the couple years I've been on the board, I don't think we've ever had
We've
anyone
never
come
had
in.
one,
that was a
period.
big question for me.
You see them at Renaissance fairs and things like
Oh,
that.
I do the Santa Monica Crafts Fair. Our other house is on the west side of LA, and there are several. And here I've not seen any in the last 5 years.
Well, you'll
We
be very
haven't had any
unique.
in 12 years.
I make a motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you. Welcome.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Oh, okay.
I have the picture.
Thank you.
Oh, she has them. Have fun.
Oh, I got a mountain of them. It's just a sample.
You should give
Tracy
lessons.
Glassware.
Do you watch TV when you're doing it? What do you?
Everything. Thank God for satellite radio and 1,000 channels, and it's always fun to have people around.
What?
I said it looks way different from this angle.
Oh, I bet.
Well, let's see. I mostly do wholesales. I'm not used to doing this whole jewelry thing, and I wish that I had actually could demonstrate some showing these really hideous pictures of me.
So it says here glass picture frames and glass jewelry.
And glass jewelry. I also fuse glass jewelry, and I make these small. They're like little mini frames. They've been in the Smithsonian. I do mostly wholesale, like art museum gift shops and that sort of thing. And these wall vases. And I don't do dichroic at all. So if that, but, and I do, these are vases, they hang on the wall and they hold water, the flowers. And these are some of my bracelets. I'm usually assembling the jewelry in the booth, but I can be, obviously cutting it, glass, and fusing, and.
So what is this picture in here of?
Oh, that's
Or
a
what-
Frida Kahlo. I'm doing a show at the Latin Museum, so I just put that in there. But you can take the picture out from the top. You can turn that upside down. You can put your own picture in. That's just a picture to be in there.
Oh, I see.
For
So the
people to see.
frame is what you're
Yeah,
really
it's a
selling.
frame. Yeah.
So would your booth be mostly jewelry or frames or half and half?
It'd be a mixture of both. And other things, ornaments, which I didn't bring.
Ornaments, what do you mean?
Like little glass, I'd make these little angels and things like that, hearts. Just things that you hang on the wall or on a tree.
And this is to go on the wall?
Yeah, that goes on a wall or in a window and holds water. And you put flowers or whatever.
Do you make different
herbs.
sizes or?
Yeah, I make a larger size of that as well. I just bought a few.
It's just hard for me to picture your booth with these few things.
Oh.
It's just hard for me to personally
Right.
picture.
I was thinking that myself.
Well, I didn't bring a booth shot.
Do you do any other shows at this time?
I do a couple shows. My booth is it's a white canopy, and it has three sidewalls that are made of mesh. That are like this mesh that it's really clean looking. It's like a clean like white box with, and then I have some shelves in there, and I have all just glass things hanging from the mesh walls, and it just looks very gallery like.
Do you have a picture of it?
I didn't bring a booth shot. I wasn't thinking of a booth shot when I came here.
How long have you been doing this?
About 8-9 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I earn my living doing this. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I know I didn't bring a lot of stuff. I just thought.
And this is the only way you do your bracelets?
No, there's other bracelets here. I fuse glass with, yeah. That's just a ribbon bracelet. I fuse glass with metal mostly.
I think, we just saw someone that does the diacrylic.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I know.
it was, like very finely done. I think you need to, maybe refine your technique a little. And this is my opinion, but
I understand, yeah.
we get a lot of that comes through here.
Well, the
Right.
beads that Jackie's holding now are nice. Those are nice pieces of glass. The
Yeah,
other
the-
one, the other
this-
bracelet,
Yeah, the other is kind of, yeah,
on the fence.
but if you could refine, your technique a little and make it more,
I'd like to see more of your pieces. I like the way you described your booth.
Yeah. Well, you
maybe
know,
if
I mean, it's okay. You know, I understand. I am mostly wholesale anyway, and I do. You know, this is what my store is like. So this is probably what I'm going to stay with. I'm probably not going to change it.
What do you mean you're mostly wholesale?
I'm mostly wholesale. I make my living doing this wholesale.
So you sell it to
I
others?
sell to like art museum gift shops, to the Smithsonian, to galleries all over the country. You know, so I mean that's my customer. So I'm not, you know, and they're happy with it. So I'm probably not going to really. That's probably the way it's going to be.
Well, I think the glass is nice. The way, you know, way you put the glass pieces. I think it's the metal that, you know, the different metals that you use.
There's the thing with glass is that there's it's called cohesion of expansion. Glass contracts and expands at a certain rate, and not too many metals contract and expand. Only copper and brass really work with glass. Otherwise, it'll cause a film on the glass, or it'll cause the glass to crack. So you kind of have to use copper or brass. So that's what I do, and that's why it's like that.
So that's why you have the combination.
It's a technical thing purely.
I
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Well, any more discussion, or do I hear a motion?
Defer to our expert over here.
Well, I'm neither, you know, here nor there on it.
That's, I'm in the same category. as you
Yeah,
are.
it's not.
I can't get a good a feeling of your whole
Right.
blue thing. So
Let me put it this way. It doesn't send me. You know, like it's. I don't know if it's the metal or what it is, but it just doesn't have the. I think the refinement is what I'm saying. You know, that like the other jewelers that we, you know, had seen. So I'm going to abstain on this.
Okie dokie.
all right.
Well, okay, we know where you stand. I like the way you described your booth.
Right.
I mean, if you wanted to come back and show some kick butt pictures of an incredible display with, I don't know, maybe more
fine.
things, or
It's okay.
I could.
Well, do I hear any kind of motion?
I mean, I don't think I've seen enough to really make a decision on it.
Yeah. Did you
That's-
want to
that's
come
part of
back
my
and
problem.
show some other things?
No.
No. Okay. Well, I make a motion to deny then.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks.
Second?
Take care.
Where's second?
Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Martin. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
No one?
I abstained. I don't think she had enough of a,
No.
you know, a selection.
I agree.
Yeah.
Stormies. Hand beaded.
Hi. Hi.
Bracelets, necklaces.
Your space.
No.
You okay? Okay. I don't want to knock that over. It's scary.
It's empty now.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. What do this here? I'm just gonna lay it out and then you can pass it around. I hand beat all this stuff. Here's my press kit.
Is that Lenny Kravitz?
Yes.
No
it is.
joke.
Yes.
Whoa.
I
Sorry.
took that picture. I took that picture. I'm so proud of myself. Here's a couple of pieces. Well, maybe I'll go this way. Here's. When you kind of see the pieces, they're kind of self-explanatory. They're all hand beaded.
I use different stones, semi-precious, precious. I cut the leather myself, sew it on, sign the back of every piece. Those are trade beads, antique trade beads.
Is this who you bless every piece or what?
Yes, all my, a lot of pieces have stories to them.
Did you weave this?
Yes, I have a picture of me looming here.
Do you wholesale these to anyone?
I wholesale at a few stores, not a lot, because it takes me a long time, so.
Who are the stores you wholesale to?
I just got an order for a store in Japan called United Arrows. And I do a store in the Beverly Center called Jennifer Kaufman's.
Beautiful pieces.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's a belt. And this is a belt too. Or you can wrap it around your neck. And I use a lot of antique beads, like these metal beads right here from the 1920s. And I use trade beads and a lot of history. Like these are all antique trade beads. They're like 200 or 300 years old. And I did this. I did have a belt with that one. I didn't finish it.
Which ones are old?
These all
The
these are
beads on the
antique
bottom.
trade beads.
Let's see your photos.
Sure. This is just my studio. Kind of bad pictures, but I mean.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize.
I know when you. I don't look very good in my studio, so that's.
Do you do the weaving too?
Yes, that's on raffia.
So some of these. So you made this piece here?
No, I didn't make that piece. No.
Some of these pieces fit the criteria of the woven pieces.
Okay.
But these that are just strung are.
Okay.
They're not considered 75% handmade.
Okay.
If you would have tumbled the beads yourself or made this, but we don't allow anything that's just assembled or you know, just beadwork.
So you're looking for like this stuff here.
Right.
Yeah, the things that you, like you weave.
Well, I have plenty of that.
Good.
I mean, I don't
Because
have.
it works very nice.
Okay, yeah, this is
How about
beautiful.
this, like stuff like this?
Yeah, as long as you do the weaving, it's, you know, then it becomes your artwork.
Okay. You just don't want any strung necklaces.
Right, no assembly.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Like
Stace.
how about stuff like this? Like if it's.
Did you?
It's assembly.
That's assembly.
Assembly, okay.
75% of any craft, jewelry, or wearable accessory item offered for
How about
sale
like
must be
this?
handcrafted work.
That's your weaving, right?
Yeah.
That's weaving.
Yeah.
That's
the-
okay.
The woven pieces are beautiful.
Yeah, they're just really nice. Very nice. I love the design.
So if you have enough of that to facilitate your booth, that would be wonderful.
I'm sorry?
If you had enough of the woven pieces.
Oh, yeah, I do.
That would be really good.
I
That
do.
would be really, really good.
Okay.
I'll make a motion according to the rules and regulations to accept storming.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed? None. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a lively crowd today.
You know that we're not playing no sleep.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Pacific Snow, gourmet popcorn.
Ooh. You like the glass, I like the popcorn.
We're popcornaholics too. Basically, the reason why we want to add this to the menu is because we do shave ice and it's going to get cold at night. We're not going to sell it anymore. So what we decided to do was take the flavors that I use in my shave ice and make gourmet candied popcorn and some other items too. So, because their flavors are just kick butt.
So you used your.
We use it's a dry pack that we use to make the syrup with over ice. So basically what we do is we make the candied with the corn syrup and the butter and the sugar, and then we add the dry flavor to it and makes a candy coating. This is our bubble gum. pictures.
How would you sell it, in bags?
Yes, we're gonna bag it. We're gonna bag it. So, 'cause we
Labels
can't really
of-
make all the flavors there because it takes a stove and everything. So we will be making it in the commissary that I have over at it's Satcher's Enterprises. That's the commissary, and they have a kitchen that we rent.
The labels are on the back page.
Are these bags you have with you now examples of the way you'll sell it?
Well, it's gonna,
No.
they are going to be sealed. They are going to be sealed and have labels on them. But we do have some tasting samples also. We do also have some savory flavors. This is the pina colada, which is absolutely awesome.
Did you guys come up with this, or did you see it somewhere? or-
No, I just came up with the idea of using the flavors
I-
for that. Well, we both did. Well,
Somebody in that booth did.
yeah. Well, we needed something.
Pina colada.
We have over 30 flavors, straight flavors, and we can also do a blend of flavors to make other
Right.
recipes with,
Like Big
cherry
Stick.
vanilla, big
Oh,
stick,
nice. Pina colada.
daiquiri flavors. They are very, very tasty.
This is a spiced cinnamon churro flavor.
Kidding. We're gonna also have some different flavors too, like some savory flavors. This
Jalapeno.
Which one is this one?
This is the all season.
all season. Okay.
Can't give away the,
This is just a secret.
ingredients.
Well, it
But
sounds
it's
to me
seasonings.
like you'll have people coming back for more.
I think they
Yes.
will because we already have people that like our shave ice flavors. So when they see these, I think they're really gonna enjoy it.
Pina colada is great.
It's a nice flavor.
I couldn't believe
Yeah,
it.
the flavors are really intense.
Yeah.
It's the shave ice flavors that we use are really intense. It's not like
Orville's rolling over in his grave.
Exactly, we're using Orville Red Bugger popcorn. Because it's the best. It is. It's the best popcorn
He
in the
started
world.
rolling.
And we're waiting for a
connoisseurs.
contract with Orville Redenbacher so we can get in bulk, obviously, so we can, get our costs
Mass
down.
produce.
Isn't that yum?
Fun. Can I make a suggestion? I think the idea is really cute.
Yes.
I think you can probably take a step in a better direction in terms of your packaging.
Oh, yes.
Oh, definitely.
We're getting-
We're gonna buy it
getting
in
poly
bulk.
bags.
We're gonna buy
Well,
rolls
there-
of
there
the
are-
poly
there-
tubing and get it sealed,
got it
sealer
down.
and all
There's
that.
many different bag vehicles which are translucent, that look, make a nice presentation.
Yeah, these are
The
smart and
labels
final
work
bags
nicely.
just for today, but we are gonna get much more professional when we get our contract set with all the vendors that we buy from.
They're really, they're,
Yeah, you gotta try
That's
the
why I
pina
asked.
colada. It's really good.
You're on the right track, but I just wanted to ask.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got a line
I'll
of
be out
vendors
there.
of different, like paper artists who we're gonna buy our poly tubing from. We're gonna buy it in huge rolls in different widths and sizes, and we're gonna cut them into the sizes that we need and seal them. We're gonna buy a sealer from them, that kind of thing.
It's good, isn't
And
it?
our labels will be better when we get a logo. We're actually thinking of getting a portrait of ourselves and making it antique looking for our label, for our logo.
Ben and Jerry's.
Because we're actually going to change our business name, and it's going to be Grace's. We're Judy and Janet Grace. We're going to be Grace's Gourmet Goodies.
Cute. There is a large packaging show in, I think it's in Anaheim, coming up very shortly. That's
Oh,
for the
cool.
entire cosmetic and HBA industry. You might take a look in there because they have wonderful packaging ideas.
Excellent.
Great
Thank
idea.
you.
Great idea.
We'll check into that. Oh, come on, hand the good.
Pass it around.
Yeah,
Pass it
notice we sealed our secret formula there. You can't taste that one.
No, you can open
No, I'm just
it.
kidding. Now they want to know.
what is this one?
No, that one's the cinnamon spice churro.
Isn't that pina colada good?
Yeah.
It's
That
just
one's-
super. When we decided to make that, I just kept saying pina colada, pina colada, pina colada. But we've got all the flavors we have. You've probably, I don't know if you've been by our booth or not, but we have a large variety of flavors.
Kiwi,
We've got
peach,
kiwi, peach,
watermelon.
tangerine, watermelon, cherry, strawberry.
The cinnamon is like French toast.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Maybe call that one French toast.
Maybe that's what it tastes like.
I know, I'm sorry.
He eats them and then he stops.
I have
In case
kids.
anybody else wants it, he's like, this is for mine.
I'm used to doing that at home.
That's all right.
Well, you certainly timed it properly to have food here.
Snack time.
This is what, cinnamon?
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
And this is an add-on.
Oh, he has to decide
What?
too, yeah. We need a majority vote.
Oh. Wait a minute.
He doesn't get a vote, actually.
He doesn't get a vote.
He just says he collects food.
We can leave these with you if you'd like to fight over them. Or pig
Isn't it
out.
unbelievable?
We call it macking out. Macking out, yeah.
When are you guys gonna be out there? When are you starting?
We've got to get this thing. We're
bulk
having
stuff.
a real problem with vendors calling
Oh,
us
yeah.
back. I don't
Isn't
know
it
if you
awful
ever have
sometimes?
that issue.
I
but-
do.
I mean, we leave messages. We're like, "Hello, are you out there?"
Get a guy with a real deep voice. Believe it or not. Actually,
Oh, really?
It's a strange phenomenon, but
Yeah, maybe so.
yeah.
Are you in business to sell or not?
It's a strange phenomenon, but it's still that kind of way. But anyway, I think we.
But Orville Redenbacher is the only popular we're going to use because we think it's really good.
Can we put
Anyway.
them up somewhere around 278 North Pumpkin?
You know what else we're thinking about doing is we're thinking about using it as fundraisers for schools too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it would be an awesome
Yeah.
fundraiser for schools. Yeah. Because there's too much junk that they sell.
Beats pizza.
Beats pizza and
Beats
candy
pizza.
bars.
Do I have a second?
I did.
Oh. We all seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed?
Thank you very much. Would you
No.
like us to leave this here?
I think some of us.
Twist
our arm.
Twist
our arm.
Oh my God.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Oh, all right, Jerry.
Those were so good.
It's better than it looks.
Yeah, it got better.
They weren't gonna come in, so they didn't have labels on it.
Meryl Art?
You were hungry talking to him.
Boy, I'll tell you, this is a hard act to follow. Believe me.
At least you don't have food.
Oh, dear. Well, I'm just kind of a plain artist. Oh, I have, we are permanent residents here now, and when I lived in Olympia, Washington, I did artwork, had art and gallery somewhat, and I also did art festivals for 4 years. So I am kind of familiar with setup and so on. Right now I have a studio space at Palapis, and I have work up there, but I do a lot of work. What I have right now are some of my smaller samples as far as actual artwork goes. I go from somewhat just kind of ideas that pop into my head, kind of abstract, figurative, to much more abstract work.
What's the medium of that piece?
These are all acrylic on canvas or panel. I don't know whether you want to pass it around or not. This is this is just, I framed up, I mat a lot of stuff at 11 by 14 and 16 by 20. These are original pieces. I just kind of do whatever comes into my head. I'll pass these around easily. And then I also do, I do small, I have a packet here of larger artwork that I do. I don't know if you want to, they're just individual photos mounted.
The first big acrylic, the first large acrylic piece that you gave us, what would that sell for?
I think it's on the back, I think 165. I have, I have a lot of smaller pieces in that, particularly if they're on paper, in that $60, $70 to $100 range. Then I have smaller pieces like this that are on canvas and so on that can run 165 up to 200, and then I have quite a number of larger pieces that go in the 400 to 800, 900.
So you'd have a couple of those at your booth too?
Pardon?
The larger
Oh,
ones?
absolutely. I didn't bring them in. These are these are just photos of some of my larger ones.
Do
So.
you want to sell those as well, or just?
Yeah, I just didn't bring them with me. But
No, the photo, are those photos just for us to see?
these were just for you to see, yes. Okay, and the dimensions of the pieces are on the back.
I like that your frames are very customized as well.
These are actually, I find a lot of these in thrift
I
shops
was
and
gonna
kind of
say, they look
repair
like
them
you
and paint
redid
them.
'em.
Yeah. And then at the other end, I've got kind of, card items that I have, and these sell for $5. And then I do have a few prints, so that I have some prints that sell in $25 to $35 range. These particular ones are matted at 16 by 20. This was a companion piece of that originally. This one sold. This is my Palm Springs night. One of my musician figures. And I got probably the other claim to fame. I did one of the rams for the project, for the Bighorn project, and it's now at the out at the tram.
This is the one here?
Yes. And this kind of gives something that's just in my studio space. I wasn't sure what you wanted as far as items to work.
Could you pass around your Palm Springs knife, please?
Oh, surely, yeah. In fact, this was the basis for the ram. That was the basis of the design I used.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah.
This is quite interesting, and I would suggest that you consider maybe doing a large version of this to kind of make a presentation, because it's very Palm Springs and it's fun. It's the kind of thing that I like to see about Palm Springs, because it captures a lot
I've
of
got
different
a day
attitudes.
that's a companion piece.
That would be great.
Yeah.
It would be great to make it
Yeah.
almost like a symbol for your booth.
But I do like to make it, like I say, I do prints because I do like to have a certain amount of art that's available to people that just don't have as much money, so. And those are, I have my standing racks that I display paintings on, and then I have a table, and I usually have 2 boxes, one with the small prints on it and one with the large prints on it, as well as a number of my paper originals and small originals. Receipts or anything if anybody wants to check.
We'll take a look at those too.
Oh, okay. And there's my seller's permit thing.
That's fun.
I'll make a motion. Merrill art be accepted under the rules and regulations of VillageFest.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Thank you, welcome.
Good luck
Your
to
art's
you.
very nice.
Thank you.
Nice addition. Michael Harrington. Michael Harrington?
I don't know if he's here or not. He wants to display his race car.
Oh, his race car, yeah, I remember.
Oh, yeah, I read this. As entertainment, or?
He's had it out there before. He had it with,
We used to do it every year.
yeah. Race car.
He would be a sponsor?
No, the garbage. Before Kaiser, when Tiger Grill's out, they wasn't own the restaurant before then. He was this guy's sponsor for years.
Harry's Off-Road?
Yeah, yeah, he was the sponsor of this car for a long time.
Yeah, I remember.
He used to have it out there, now he's got some other ones.
So he's not here, though.
No.
The Portrait Studio. Display of portraits, quick portraits. Hello.
Hi, I'm a studio artist and I specialize in portraiture. These are 2 examples of original oils that I've done on commission. And so my booth is to inform people of the commission process. I have photographs of paintings. The first bunch are oil paintings, all portraits.
So would you be doing portraits of people that were walking by? Is that
I'll
part
get
of?
to that in just a moment.
Okay.
The second batch are pastels. And then I have a few charcoals as well. So what I do in my booth is I display about 3 oil paintings on easels. I also do a 20-minute sketch, which this is an example of that, done right on the spot. And I have an information table with information about the commission process and portraiture in general. So these are 2 pretty different ends of the spectrum, but this is a demonstration. And also
That's 20 minutes?
Yeah, this is a 20-minute sketch.
And what do you charge for that?
$20.
What city are you from? It doesn't have it on your
Well, I just moved here actually. Today's the first day of my rental.
Oh, so this.
Oh, Waverly.
It's on Waverly.
So that's in Palm Springs?
Yes, it is.
Do you man the booth by yourself?
Yes, I have a 12-year-old son that helps me. Is that against the?
No.
gosh,
The reason why I asked is if if you're doing a quick portrait, no one else is going to be talking about your booth or your.
Right. I talk to people while I'm working. I haven't done the quick portraiture very much for several years. I did, but 10 years ago I did about 1,500 people over the course of a summer or two in Art in the Park in Leavenworth, Washington. And then I went on to other things, but it's something that I have some experience with. So, other things being more extended, paintings I was proud to sign instead of grabbing the quick impression. So,
I'll make a motion that the portrait studio be allowed under the rules and regulations of VillageFest.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No one?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you down there.
Thank you.
Who's going to clap for the last person? We all.
Corsa west of Los Angeles.
Got some photographs somewhere. Here.
Okay, no arts, no crafts, no food. What I'm basically asking for is room to set up a booth to let the community know that Corsa and its local chapters hold a swap meet once a year in Sunrise Park in Palm Springs. And it's a major event that brings in about 600 to 800 people and sells about 250 hotel room nights and brings a lot of interesting cars and parts to town. Our national has asked us to do what we can to let the communities where we have events know who we are and what we're all about.
What is Corsa exactly?
Corsa is the Corvair Society of America, dedicated to the preservation and appreciation of the Corvair automobile.
Is it a
And
nonprofit organization?
It is. My numbers are not. Actually, the national organization is a 501c under California.
So this would just be a temporary booth to promote
It
the
would be
event?
the Thursday night before this year's event, which is November 7th, 8th, and 9th. These are the examples of the publications that we would have in the booth.
Oh, that's what it looks like. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
You don't know what a Corvair is?
No.
Too young.
I wasn't born till 74. Give me a break.
I love the Monza.
It was made by Chevrolet from 60 to 69.
See?
I love the Monza convertible.
I love that convertible, yeah.
Yeah.
And here's
I've seen them now that I know
here's
what
another set of samples. The material we would have would be both that provided by the national and samples of local club newsletters and a newsletter about the Van Belt Toss. It's the swap meet itself that we're holding that weekend.
I'll make a motion that Corsa be allowed into VillageFest for the Thursday before November 7th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None.
I'm gonna come just so I can see all these colors.
Okay.
Educate myself a bit.
Cool.
Very neat.
Now, will it be possible to have a single specimen car in the booth space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd make it more interesting.
Yeah, that's our.
Perfect. I'll
and
see you on Thursday.
We'll have others parked nearby.
Great.
Okay, sounds good. We'll see you down there.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
NTKS.
Here comes the next one. Yeah.
Martha Valentine. Handcrafted arts and crafts, wall reliefs. Hello.
This is a new experience for me, so anyways, this is what I'm creating. And these are 100% handmade. You want me to pass this around?
Yes, please.
Thank you. This one is made with sawdust. I have another sample here. This one is made with paper. And the paper that I use is toilet paper that I mix with different things. And then I brought something to show you that this is handmade, to show you the process, how I do this. What I do, I start creating the piece with clay, and then on the clay I create a mold. This is the mold. Can pass this around. And after the mold is created,
do you make the mold?
Yes, yes. That is made. This was plaster in water. Okay. After the mold is created, I make the mixture with the paper. I use the paper that I told you before, toilet paper, but I also use paper from the egg. You know, when you buy the eggs,
Egg
comes
carton.
with yeah. I use that paper too. So it's like recyclable materials only. So this is how it looks like after you put the paper on the mold. It dries out. You put it outside in the sun, and it comes out like this. After it comes out like this, then I buy this, and then I make the frame, and then I put that on top, and then I apply different kind of paintings on top. I can apply just sometimes I use coffee, sometimes I use just acrylics. It depends. It really depends. And my daughters help me with this. I have 2 daughters, and they help me with this, and it's like kind of family thing that we do. And I've been doing this for about 2 years, but I have never exhibited because I guess I just do it like for my family or friends.
Do you have any other samples, or
how many different patterns do you have?
Right now I have around 15 different ones. 15 different ones. And what I'm planning to do with my booth, I'm planning to put like some panels, wood panels, and I'm planning to cover them with all the reliefs, and putting some lamps on top, and then with the light, it's just amazing the effect. I mean, when you see this with the light coming from the top, it's just a completely, very, very, very nice effect. You know what I mean? And well.
you don't have any pictures of you making them?
The
or?
reason why I didn't bring pictures, I barely grabbed the application this past Monday, and I had no idea they require pictures for me doing this. And last week I didn't really create new ones, so.
Well, I personally would like to see more of your work.
Oh yeah,
More
I have
more
many,
samples.
Oh yeah, I have many.
And
many
also,
samples.
we would need have pictures of you making the items.
Okay.
You didn't get a letter?
I got a letter last week around Wednesday or Thursday.
Well, the pieces that you brought are nice, but I'd like to see more examples of your work.
Okay.
And then the photographs of you making the pieces.
Okay.
So you can come back to our next meeting.
When is the next meeting?
28.
28. That's perfect.
Okay. So we'll table this until then.
Yeah.
Yeah, making the mold, pictures of you making the mold specifically,
Okay.
and just in general, just you the process of making them in your home or wherever you make them, and then
Yeah.
more. Just bring some more samples also. You know, not you don't have to bring them all, just some more, like 3, 4 more.
Like 3 or 4 more. Sure, I can do that.
Okay.
I don't mind. So I just come to the same time, or I'm gonna receive a letter?
You're gonna receive a letter again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't forget your stand there.
Yeah.
Here's the popcorn over there.
Thank you.
Lenders Depot. Not here. Larry and Sandy. Wood clocks, letter openers, dolls, bracelets.
Stuff you haven't seen yet. Actually, these are just for the holidays. We're going to do it in November.
So you want a booth just for the holidays?
No. We want to do it afterwards, but we're going to change the signs. There's some pictures there, and I forgot them, with palm trees for like welcome signs. What we do. Now, the letter openers are basically what my husband makes. There they.
Neat.
Yeah, he puts those all together with different exotic woods. He's been making those for years. And these, for the holidays, they do have little arms, which I forgot, and they're just sticks out of the trees.
They look good without the arms.
Yeah, I was
gonna
say. But they're much cuter with the arms. They have little, like the sticks come out, and then I have little snow, and then these little dolls that I do make. Some of them are for the holiday, and let me sit on the edge. Here's one that isn't finished, but just to show you.
Poor little thing.
I know, she's hairless.
Now, what does that say on there?
It says
Merry Christmas,
It says Mele Kalikimaka.
Hawaiian.
That's Hawaiian.
Oh, okay.
We will have some that say Merry Christmas. I do have some that will, in the pictures, it shows 2 palm trees with a pineapple, and they will say welcome after the holidays. Oh, he loves making those.
What's that?
The letter openers.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're pretty time consuming.
How much do you sell these for?
They have just oil on them. There's no stain on those at all. Those are all natural colors of the wood.
Sells them between $30, $35, $40.
These are really, really nice.
Yeah, that's all. Those are all natural colors.
How do you put the woods together?
It shows, he just told him how to put them together.
Well,
He glues them and clamps them, and
you make
it's,
the handles are made separate and then put on the shaft.
That's true. Yeah.
Glued on the shaft after, But
impressive.
yeah, he's sold them. We before we moved here, we did a couple of shows just for the Disney. They have a Disney fair every year, and we would do it, and he got such a great response. And then we moved here, and we retired, and so now we decided, why not do something together? And I do little barrettes.
You two spend a lot of time together.
Well, we have been recently.
What is that piece?
It's a little doll.
No, the one on the
Unfinished.
left.
It's
This?
unfinished to show you the
Oh,
process.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
she has no hair.
She has no hair and hat and face
I
yet,
got
but
you
it was
then.
just to show you that I have pink ones and just all different colors after the holidays. And he's also making these.
That's just a little one I brought. That's a piece of manzanita. And
So do you finish the manzanita and stain it? And
that just has a little oil on it. That's all. I'm not.
It's a huge piece.
I'm not a real stain person for wood, so I don't. I like wood to be what it is. So.
Let the colors come out.
Are these dried flowers, or
Yeah.
did you dry them
No.
yourself?
They're just flowers that I have put together.
Yeah, the barrettes wouldn't be.
Yeah, the barrettes are separate, and then
No,
I
but I
just-
mean, unfortunately, we wouldn't allow them because
They're considered assembled.
Oh,
They're
okay.
what?
Assembled.
assembled, just something you buy and then
Oh,
stick together. Unlike.
Right.
That's assembled.
Yeah, come on.
You know the difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference. Yeah.
As far as your letter openers, I think they would have to be under glass or under where people can just pick them up.
What we usually
They're going to be strapped.
what we usually do is they're
strapped down on a display.
Yeah.
Strap down?
Yeah.
Is that okay? to
I
strap
I
down?
want people to pick them up, though.
That's what we were just
I do
talking
want them
about.
picked
You
up.
think that
We're not, we're not worried about the people picking them up.
Yeah.
We're worried about teenagers picking
Oh,
them up.
Well, I
Oh.
understand. I understand
we
that.
we have like a display that sits up with
People, but we don't mean adults.
elastic,
They're
and so
strapped in.
they're strapped in. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're not just sitting for you just to pick them up.
far away, they look kind of scary, but.
How would they be
Just hold them.
packaged? If someone buys one, I'd be more
We've
concerned
just
about
wrapped them in tissue paper and put them in a sack.
What you might do is to have maybe some that aren't completely finished that you could
Oh,
add
he's
for,
yeah.
you know,
Oh, he's going to be
tactile
working
feeling.
on
I'll
him
be
there.
working on that
Oh yeah.
While we're there, I have a whole stack of them that are in different stages, from A
Yeah.
to Z. So I will be working on them while we're there. Not with any of my power tools, but handwork.
The finishing work.
You're gonna bring your chainsaw down?
Yeah, right. Cut down a few palm trees.
Did you pass out the photos, babe?
So the dolls,
Yes.
you make the arms
The body.
and the legs.
Yeah. My
and-
husband cuts
and
the wood.
he cuts the wood. I saw that in the
Uh-huh.
And you
and
paint
then
the
I-
face.
Uh huh.
And you paint the faces. Okay. The dolls would be acceptable. The letter openers would be acceptable, like he said, as long as they're
It's upside down. Why won't it stand?
under something,
Okay.
you know,
Right.
like in something.
Right. Exactly.
The clock.
The clock is carved, or you just take a
What
piece of
what
wood
he's
and-
done is he's
Well,
taken
it
a big
started
burl.
It started out with a piece of manzanita that was about this big. And then I chop it up in pieces of different size, from a small one like this. Some of them are a little bigger, some a little bigger. You put a little bigger clock in it, you can put a pen with it, and so on and so forth. So
He kind of makes it to
this
the
is just a small little...
design he
it's,
likes.
So you're sculpturing the wood.
Yes. Uh huh.
Shouldn't be a problem.
But they would probably be okay then, as long as you're sculpturing them, that'd be fine.
Oh yeah. They're. If you could see what it looks like when he cuts
And
it.
the Christmas things are fine. The barrettes are not.
Okay.
So I would make a motion that we approve the things, everything except
That's my
the
least favorite.
barrettes.
She doesn't like it.
I don't like those anyway.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you very
Those
much.
dolls are really making.
Are they cute?
Yeah. I bet
I like
they.
letter
What are those dolls sell
I'll see it for
for?
Christmas.
I'm selling them
Great
for
presents
$10.
for
Yeah.
somebody.
$10?
Gosh, our guy's got everything.
Those will fly off the.
I think they will. I think they will. And of course, we've gone to the only other person I've seen now. There's a lady with the little sachet dolls, and she's got funny heads on them.
Well, I like that you paint the faces, and it's very,
Oh, yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
obvious
Yeah.
that it's hand done. You've done it yourself.
Yeah, even the like I said, he cuts. So okay,
$10.
alrighty.
$10.
What?
Too cheap for these.
Well, that's good. I like the way they think.
Well, how long does it take you to make one of those dolls?
Well,
We've never
Right.
really timed it, It's
I do them. Like there's 25 of them right now sitting in my extra room with no hair. So I kind of just sit down and do it, and I don't pay any attention to it.
we have to sit down and kind of time to see how, like these are pretty time consuming to make. They take a lot more time to make than you can get money for them. But woodworking is kind of like that in the sense that it's not, it's not easy to make money at it, especially like if you're a wood carver, which I do for a hobby, and it's very difficult to make money at it because it takes too long, and people can't afford to pay for it, so.
But the balance in that is maybe the expense of making the dolls at it.
Right,
right.
exactly.
That's right.
Exact, kind of offset it a little.
Right. But
Thank
not
you
a-
so much.
Not a $10.
How much are the snow poles?
The snowmen, I think we were going 15 for the large and 12 for the small. That's just cheap too?
Yeah.
Okay.
You better have a lot of stock.
Who do I call to get to check on my prices?
Okay, we will.
Okay,
we
so
will do that.
we'll regroup. In fact,
Now,
when
if
I
we-
saw you, remember I said, I had asked her, I said, are these prices like locked in concrete? She said, oh no, I don't care what the prices are. Because at that point, I was just kind of like going,
I thought we just wanted the prices, because we talk about the prices, whether they're commercial or whether they're
Oh.
handmade.
Right, and as far as, go ahead.
Sorry, no, please.
As far as timing goes, you should time yourself and see how long it takes you to make something, even if you have
Right.
to categorize the different parts of the process.
right.
And you should base your price partially and quite a bit on that for
Right.
labor. You know, it's
It's
handcrafted
like the
item.
letter openers, that's what really takes them a
It's
long time.
difficult.
If we want to add like
After the holidays.
after the holidays are over, and if we feel like, things are going pretty well, we'd like to maybe add two or three more wood products that.
Picture frames and.
Like custom picture frames and, made out of exotic hardwoods, that I like to make, and,
I'm sure it's not a problem, but you do need to
Come
bring
in and
them
present it to
So I
us,
guess-
yeah.
We do have to come back.
okay.
Okay.
But if it's like
All
your
right.
letter openers, it's
Oh, they are. I have some beautiful ones in our
Inlay
house.
picture frames.
All right.
Start timing yourself on your picture frames now.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the cutest little snowman.
Mystic Desert. And again, I want to remind the board that we are an arts, crafts, and entertainment venue.
How you all doing? Oh. Exactly.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Sally Stevens.
I'm Ted Stevens.
This is what we are proposing for your festival. I am a psychic tarot palm reader. This is my price list. This is how our booth will look. If you'll read the little brochure, it gives an explanation to the participant about the reading, what type of readings that we do. We have been in the Coachella Valley for the last 10 years. I have 2 businesses right now, one in the city of Palm Desert, one as well in the city of Cathedral City,
Obtained a license
in the city of Palm Springs.
we just got a license in Palm Springs, and we have a license also in La Quinta.
Yes. And when a person has a palm reading, they are taught about their creativity, their personality, the direction of their faith. When they're given a tarot reading, they're given a reading of confirmation about their life and again, the direction that it's going into. The psychic reading is a reading that consists of a person's true feelings and how they're truly feeling about something that's going on with them or in their life. It is a reading of the aura, so it is definitely a true projection of how the person is feeling and the direction as well as the feeling.
We kind of went over the ordinance there for a while, and we did just about whatever the city wanted to have. A surety bond, they requested also a
Fingerprinting.
background investigation, which came back, and we have all that in order.
Through the city.
Through the city,
Yes.
and also
Yeah, they did. They-
there's VillageFest too, I guess.
Usually nobody does post it, but it's in there. They posted the bond and everything, so that's just whether or not
You know, we would feel good, it would be good for the community, being that we've been here for.
And we're out
10
there to
years.
promote our business. We've been here in the Coachella Valley for a long time, and we're definitely part of all of the communities.
We'd just like to get involved
So you
more
have a
with Palm
business
Springs.
license in the city of Palm Desert and in the city of La Quinta?
And Cathedral City also.
And Cathedral City as well. I just didn't happen
Okay,
to
it's
have
not in
the
here.
Cathedral City.
It's a little receipt they gave us for Palm Springs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I knew it was coming. I got to put it on.
We were actually called pioneers.
Yeah.
For the city of-
Nobody ever goes and gets the
right?
bond. I know. That's
For
what I
the
said.
city
That's
of
why.
Palm
Exactly.
Springs.
So you get
Oh,
a business license.
Okay.
And then they have the license, but then this is the VillageFest permit. They get it free when they have the
Okay.
license.
Well, let me look at that. While I respect what you do, I don't know if I would like to see a psychic at VillageFest with a booth with, just the overall look like you'd see at a fair. And that's the way I feel about it.
What about the look that is just disturbing to you?
Oh, it's not disturbing. It's just I would like to see VillageFest remain more of an arts, crafts, and entertainment venue.
Well, we
rather-
are an entertainment, and we offer, it's a fun thing for a lot of people to do in all ages. And we read people from all walks of life. So it just doesn't basically stick to one group of, say, believers. It's definitely, it crosses over to all different types of people and their interest, and by
There's a lot
offering
of
you.
fun out of it too. They come by, they walk in, like you do Village Fest, and they come in to have a reading, and they have fun about it.
Yeah, I understand what you're
it's a lot
saying.
of
Just
fun.
in my opinion, just the overall look of your booth, it's not. It's a little too psychic looking.
Well, that's our business. That's what
Right.
we do,
Well, I
you know.
understand. Just we don't have anything like this sort of setup at VillageFest.
I think it'd be very nice. And, we have some people that were looking into it, and they said, I go to the street fair, and I talk to people, and they say that, yeah, it'd be a good thing to have out here. We need something like that.
And you currently have people who are out there with chairs and tables or sit out there and,
Well, we have an aura.
and conduct this business.
An aura, what do you call it?
So
Or imaging.
Yeah, aura
Imaging,
imaging.
photography.
That is, and she just has a little camera, and she just has.
No, there's
I
other,
heard
there's
it
a
was someone
lady
in
out there
front
who gives
of
readings as well.
St. James they were doing this.
Yeah, his
That has
wife's
nothing.
store.
That has nothing to do with VillageFest.
Oh, it
Right,
doesn't?
it's
Oh,
at his
okay.
wife's
No.
store.
Oh, okay.
It's on his private property.
Oh.
So that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have anything against it at all.
Right, no, I
Yeah,
understand,
That's what
sure.
I'm saying. It's on his private property. Yeah.
You talking about St. James?
It's not St. James.
No.
Don't you have a tarot card reading that you're on your private property?
No, not right now.
Yeah, but you have.
But it has nothing to do with VillageFest.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what she's saying. There's tarot cards out there, but I said, no, it's on private property.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's on your own leeway. It's not on the VillageFest perimeter. It's on the
Right.
sidewalk. Yeah.
Well, we were kind of looking forward to get on to Village Fest because we've been, like you said, we've been here for a while, and I think it would really be a good thing for the city, joining the community and doing some stuff with the city ourselves. I'd like to be really
And we
involved
are
in that.
currently going to be having a business location in the city of Palm Springs as well. So it's definitely about us expanding into Palm Springs as well, too. So it's not like we're not part of the city of Palm Springs because we've gone through all of this to participate with the Village Fest, but definitely about a permanent business in the city of Palm Springs as well.
5 minutes.
Oh, it goes till 5:30 now.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Well, do we have any discussion?
Just maybe an idea, and I don't know if it's a good one. I understand the concept of the entertainment out of this, and one of the things that I think could be interesting because I've seen there was a lot of art types of materials that are built around horoscopes and things like that, which are cute. The artwork that you've done there is very desert and it's very Palm Springs. If you could almost theme or image what you do in the creation of something like that, where you have collateral materials that are part of the process, so it's almost like you're getting a piece of artwork as part of your presentation that also looks very much like Palm Springs. I mean, part of the problem is that your signage, for instance, I think if you reflected the signage, for instance, as you have on there with the sun and the red, would make it look much less of a tarot type of palm reading type of place in a fair or someplace,
Right.
and themed it more around the Palm Springs concept, that you could theoretically have something that would be a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fed, and not look.
Well, my business sign which unfortunately we don't have a picture of, that I have in Palm Desert is actually of a sun. Okay.
It's kind of for the desert.
And we have a cactus in it to represent the desert, and obviously we named the business the Mystic Desert. So I think that we're kind of very much themed after the community in that
Except
sense.
that the booth doesn't reflect that. And what I'm saying is that if you presented yourself in that image,
yeah,
totally.
The chairs that you're seeing are old chairs that have done hundreds of readings. I mean, more than that, people have sat on. And they represent prosperity and long life as the symbols on them. They're a very comfortable chair because when people come in, they don't want to sit on a folding chair. They want to sit on a very large, nice, comfortable chair. The space is open, so people feel secure in coming in. We can offer them, by enclosing the tent, more privacy if they would like, and that type of thing. But generally, in my offices, my reading rooms are very spiritual, and we burn incense and have crystals and.
The gentleman has a question.
Oh yes.
The interior looks like half of the houses that I've been into in Palm Springs, Palm Desert, La Quinta, Rancho Mirage, and Cathedral City.
Yeah.
We have nice care stand carpets and stuff like that to make it look more attractable, but we just were kind of rushing that day to get it done.
Well, when I first saw it on the list of presenters today, I thought it was going to be more of a carny atmosphere, or sideshow type presentation, and it's not. I mean,
Well, thank you.
We don't do that. We just
that's what I would want to avoid.
We kind of base our businesses on the cities that we have our licenses in, and we respect our licenses and the people around that.
Yes.
There've been a lot of fortune tellers, we should call it, that were trying to set up in Palm Springs to get a location and stuff, but they denied them because they wouldn't go for the investigation, background check, and the surety bond.
Right. Well, at VillageFest, that's what we've encountered.
Oh yeah, sure. And I feel like we did do all this, and we'd like to participate on it, be part of the family, and grow with it.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for 25 years, and I'm home trained by my elders, which was my grandmother and my great-grandmother.
What is your background?
I am Romanian, Hungarian, some German. So I have all the right blood in me for this.
Well, I don't really object to it. I find it as a form of entertainment. I mean, that's, my opinion of it. I don't know, what everyone else feels here, but, I'm sure children aren't going to go in there.
No, I think that to an extent this is one of the circumstances, in my evaluation of it, to a certain extent it fits a lot of the criteria, and if they don't make it, it's because the public then has rejected the idea.
Exactly.
And maybe to an extent they're the arbitrator.
I think as time goes on, once we're on, we can we're going to be changing it more of different kind of a style, having a different kind of look in there too. Make it more, and we like it nice, basically, like we all do. We all here like it nice.
I think that's our main concern, is we don't want it to look like that, like you say, that carny.
Oh, no,
Carny
never.
or sideshow.
I would never
Right.
even set up a location like that. That would
If
never
you do
happen.
have any disputes with the banner, and that's
the banner's
obviously
not
what
gonna
we
happen,
had to
really.
offer, we could definitely work with something else in the banner. We're here to work with you,
Exactly.
whatever it takes. And
Kind of a double entendre with palm reading, isn't it?
It's not going to be real, drab looking or like you said,
obviously,
carny,
I mean,
none
yeah,
of that. No,
we
don't do that.
and nobody just wants to be the typical white booth
Exactly.
amongst hundreds of white booths.
Are you going to sell anything in your booth?
Well,
We were thinking about selling crystals.
I have a
We get lot of
metaphysical
requests.
shop.
There's a metaphysical shop.
And I do offer tarot cards and incense and spiritual greetings. And as well, we will also be offering workshops, classes on the tarot.